There probably won't be as many titty jokes as last time, except I definitely just looked up at her titties. Hello everyone, this is ReveilLiam and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. I did a live stream of this earlier and I actually wanted to keep playing, so I figured I'd just make a regular Let's Play out of it, so here we go. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Now, like I had said before, I don't know if you guys caught it, or if you had a chance to watch the Let's Play. My throat's very dry. I watched Markiplier play some of this, but I stopped after like the second day because I wanted to play it for myself and I didn't want to spoil it, so I don't know exactly what's going on, like what's gonna happen, but I know a little bit. Also, alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. If you didn't feel like watching the live stream, because I realize it's like an hour long and the first like half hour of it was me like derping around, what's going on here is this guy got roped into joining a literature club by one of his friends, and there's a bunch of girls in it, and that's really all you got so far. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright. It's time to write a poem. Pick your words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Alright. Alright, now that we've gotten that all settled, so what I have to do here is pick out words for my poem, so gotta find words that I like. Imagination. Oh. Breathe. Doki Doki. How about nibble? I need 20 words total, so frightening. Thing. Anime. Melody. Misery. Uncanny. Intellectual. Crimson, yeah. Blanket. I got a blanket for Christmas, by the way. My mom made me a blanket that has a bunch of emojis all over it. Contamination. Electricity. Whistle. Destiny. Fireworks. Go cheeks, because I like sandy cheeks. Hi again, Liam. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Liam. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Gonna make faces at the camera. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monika and manga. Manga's literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. So that was like me all through high school. Don't worry, guys! Liam always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Sorry, because I like have to like be the person. I have to get into their brain. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Liam can be good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. I wonder if my hair's sticking up. Feels like it is. My alfalfa hair that I like to use in my Let's Plays. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, because I have low standards. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Because I thought you were an asshole, so I just assumed. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is a girl accidentally being so cute? How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. So this is set up like a visual novel and I keep forgetting because I'm so used to playing games like that I need to be like so active and like doing shit. So I really hope you guys like this because I know it's supposed to be something really crazy happens and I don't know what it is and I really need to know and like you guys need to know. Like we just need to know! Anyways, it's fine. If I was focused then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Liam? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, you keep yawning because you're an asshole. I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's all it's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Sorry, I'm like sitting here wiggling. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, so I've yawned like 8 times, so I'm gonna really quick chug this Mountain Dew, so. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, if it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Sorry. You sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone else. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. With my sexiness. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. I'm sorry. Sorry. I mean... Yeah. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold open the book. I guess that makes it kind of hard to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I'll do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's dem titties. Sorry guys, I'm all about dem titties, I'm sorry. It's as if I can feel the It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. I'm getting more and more suspicious the more that I'm playing this. Like, I've only played it a little tiny bit, and it's just like a regular visual novel. So it's like, I don't know. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid that she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Liam, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone! I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. The video started to run on a little longer than I planned to, so I thought I'd break it up into 2 parts. I hope you guys are enjoying the game. I'll get the second part up soon. Thanks again for watching, and have a good day, evening, night, morning, whatever time it is there.